Ich gehöre längst nicht mehr zur Welt der Sterblichen. Ich fürchte hier nichts und niemanden. Willst du wissen, wer ich bin? Ich bin Vegeta!
Hello guys, Mr. Shockwave King, and you saw the title of the video. Yes, I dare ask the question, as Sendo brought the dawn to all of Mexico by seeing the Mexican death god, as in unstoppable Gonzalez, the Grim Reaper of Mexico. Can he now face the shine of the daylight and face out the Mexican El Diablo, the pride of Mexico, the natural legend, the living legend himself, the king of all kings, Ricardo, the real deal Martinez. Yes, I dare ask a question because it's a video I just plan on making. It is a next topic to talk about inside the series itself. And it's the next thing that should be coming up after Sendo Hansult. I do think the fight will still happen, but the first of this whole fight, when the first of this whole showdown, it's just I was just in the wiki and just reading Ricardo Martinez's name. That he's also called the El Diablo of Mexico. That he turned champion 21. He has had over like 21 title defenses, and it's just like he should be like around 44 now. He should be, because he's born like 66, so he should be like 44 now. It's at the series. If it's 2000, it depends if you're on it's like late 1990s. It could be 2000 already. But the first of the showdown of this fight, it's one of those things. Unlike with Gonzalez, where just like I believe that Sendo could defeat him, and Miata believed also. But with Ricardo Martinez, it's just that's a different breed of monster. And the thing is, some people say, "Oh, we got an idea of how Ricardo Martinez fight." No, the only person to date who is still living, who is not retired, well, until he retired, the only person in the series currently who knows how Ricardo Martinez truly fight is Alfredo Gonzalez. He is the only person. His coach had pointed out, Alfredo Gonzalez had pointed out, that Ricardo Martinez's true fighting style is not the one he shows off. That hybrid form that Alfredo Gonzalez also used is not his full form. That's not his final transformation. And the fact that we have not seen Ricardo Martinez in the series fight, she got like a little bit of pushback from AJ Dante, but that was it. That was pretty much it. AJ Dante did nothing else besides from get his ribs, arms, and jaw broken and get knocked out in the preceding round. And sure, he would have been able to get one clean hit on Ricardo Martinez if he was able to hit Ricardo Martinez after the heartbreaker shot. Yeah. Well, what's gonna knock Ricardo Martinez out? No. And it goes back to the reason of why. Why particular? This is why Ricardo Martinez does not like fighting the same opponent. This is why. Because honestly, what has changed? Aside from, you could say this time was worse. At least the only thing that happened before with AJ Dante was he got his nose broken. Now you got your hand broken. You broke your ribs. You broke your jaw, and ended your career. He gave AJ Dante the Gonzalez treatment before Gonzalez was even on the screen. It just massacred the poor man. That was a murder. That fight shouldn't have been going on that long. That ref should be fired. Because just like, I'm sure Sendo still has weapons in his arsenal that he's not used in a long time. Sure, he has not used Super Smash. He has not used what they call on the wiki the Deadly Smash, or the smash with his most dominant hand in the southpaw stance. So you haven't done all that against Gonzalez because it wouldn't really work on Gonzalez, like I was saying before, because Gonzalez is an outboxer pretty much, and those are good techniques for infighters. The smash, so just going against a ranged opponent and I'm gonna pull out the Super Smash, I'm gonna pull out the Deadly Smash. It's just like, are you really going to hurt them at that range? Because Sendo's not even that tall. Alfredo Gonzalez like towered over Sendo for like a good inch or two. So it makes sense of why he would change his fighting tactics. But against a person like Ippo, if Ippo's taller or not, he is inbred, hard-working infighter. So it makes sense why he'll use those moves against Ipo and not use them against a Gonzalez, not use them against a Jose Nargo, because they're not those type of fighters who actually want to get close to him and take that much damage. Or for the Gonzalez case, he was not gonna get hit for that BS. At least Jose Nargo knew the danger of the smash. But Gonzalez is just like, I'm gonna get up all in your grill, I'm gonna pound your face in. But even then, eventually, it's just, you're gonna look to take so many punches from Sendo before you start getting traumatized. So it's just, because I can't say with this fight, alright, even though it does amazing wonders for the story, even though it leads to my whole theory of the dream fight, the most idealistic fight, the most fan fiction fight ever, of an undisputed world championship fight between Ipo and Sendo. As much as I want that, there's no guarantee that Sendo can beat Ricardo Martinez. I'm sorry. As much as I love Sendo, as much as I love him as a character, it's just like there's so many things of Ricardo Martinez we have not seen. This man is called the El Diablo, man. This is not a game. This is not a joke. The man is a monster. He's 44 and still destroying challenges like it's nothing. He's pulling off a Manny Pacquiao before Manny Pacquiao. You want to go by the timeline of the story. He's an absolute monster. 68 fights. 68. 21 of them he was a champion. And plus those 68 fights came before he was even a world champion. Because you only have 21 title defenses. So it's just like, this is just like the way coach explained it. Most would rather go for the WBC or some other belt instead of going against Martinez. I was planning on making a video like some time back. It's just like, why Martinez is not an undisputed champion. But then again, you see a man have 68 fights, be a world champion that long, and destroy most of his opponents. It's just like, what you want to fight this man either? What you really want to fight this man? And it's just, it comes down to the fact is, how hard can Ricardo Martinez punch? Because even Jose Narco, who's been sparring with this man, who got the basic blueprint of I just thought about something. We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. You got the basic blueprint to destroy Ricardo Martinez. Does not even know how hard Ricardo Martinez can hit, or has hit Jose Narco. Besides from Ricardo Martinez, Jose Narco believed that Sendo is the hardest punching man in the world. Mexican champion, ranked 4th in the world. Goes in the exact same gym as Ricardo Martinez. So it's just, So the reason I just paused right there, because I was honestly thinking, what if to a certain degree, right? What if Sendo and Ricardo Martinez is a more similar fighter than we think here? Now stay with me here. Stay with me. This might be going to conspiracy theory Hakeem here. But let's analyze this. Because the fight was sitting up between Jose Nargo, which is the whole reason why Sendo was starting to get called the Mexican killer in the first place. And Jose Nargo made it worse, and Freddy Gonzalez made it worse. And it's just, it's not like Sendo gonna take an offense to it. Martinez gonna take an offense to it, but it's just, I just find it quite strange that I not think about it. Is this, because Jose Nargo is like, I sparred Ricardo Martinez so many times. It's just like, I got nothing to fear when I go against you, alright? But you wondered, does Ricardo Martinez fight more similar to Sendo? No, I don't expect him to have the smash, but he's an infighting animal. That is his natural style. That is his natural, true transformation, right? And the fact you can say that, you can argue that he was technically bored with that fight with AJ Dante, but it's just, it depends. It depends. Because it's just like, throughout the entire fight, the AJ Dante shown the true skill that can make Ricardo Martinez be like, yeah, he's a serious challenge. He's dangerous. I'm about to go all out against him. Because even with the fight with AJ Dante, as good as the series hyped up AJ Dante to be, he was never a world champion level fighter. He never was. So he can fight his way up and get a title shot, and Ipa can feel sad that he was used as a way for AJ Dante to raise his world ranking. Sure, but the thing is, it's just, every time he wanted, I don't see why he wanted to go against Martinez again anyway. You got what you wanted the first time, alright? He don't like rematches. There's not gonna be no third fight, and it's just I don't see what would be the benefit of that fight. But AJ Dante took it anyway. He could have took a more easier option. It would have, and could have went for undisputed with Martinez, but he chose that option. He got beaten into a bloody pulp, and it just I can't really feel bad for him. It just you kind of got what you asked for. You want to fight this man again. You didn't learn nothing from the first fight, and Ricardo Martinez just like, I got your plate the entire time, so it's just you lost. And to me, it comes down to why I can't give a definite answer on why I can't definitely say that Sendo can beat Martinez. It's quite simply because it's just there is a certain. Let's think. It's not like a crazed, mixed-up, deaf guy Gonzalez. That's not what it is. This is just Martinez fighting in his most natural state. It'll be Martinez fighting where he's most fun. No, I don't think he'll have any veins in his eyes. No, he won't get the crazy eyes. He won't be afraid of Gonzalez. It will be him purely fighting in his natural state. Oh, I got a purpose. It's just like when Misha fought Sendo more. In the beginning of the fight, he fought him the exact same way. All right? He fought him like any usual challenger to the Pacific Rim champion. But in the but after they start fouling, you saw Misha change his style entirely. Forget flickers. I'm just gonna beat you with bare hands regularly. The same thing he did against that challenger when Ipo and when Sendo and him had the same dressing room. Same thing against him. He went from the Hitman style to what the wiki calls the Slayer style, and then like after he finally hit him there, he switched from the chopper right to that right uppercut. Then he went into the flickers, and then he finished the match. So I just think it's another style like that. I don't think it's any type of thing where you get the crazy eyes and he's just like a Freddy Gonzalez. There are two different characters. Well, I should say they're two different. They fight two different ways. We go back to what I was saying that even though I was supposed to believe that would have helped him against Martinez, it wouldn't, because what has changed? Nothing. Well, because he used more tactics now, that he used more of his brain, that he now used more of his boxing, and he still get knocked out of it. He gets his brain rocked once and he goes back to the basics. It's the exact same thing. Happened against Sendo, happened against Ipo. It's just with Martinez, I don't know. I can't give you a clear answer. I can't sit here and act like that Sendo have a chance. I say it's 2-5 in Ricardo's favor. Like some might say, oh, if he wins, it's gonna be some plot armor. Nah. It's just I don't know. I can't see how Sendo can properly prepare for this fight unless he actually properly spars Ipo. Because there's gonna be another case of where he gotta get Ricardo Martinez to believe that he actually strong, and then try to deal with his actual true side. Because if you spend time trying to deal with the outboxer, hybrid fighter, Ricardo Martinez, and he actually switches over to his in-fighter stance, Sendo's dead. Why do I say that? I'm pretty sure Freddy Gonzalez tried the exact same thing. He tried to beat Ricardo Martinez in his natural form, and like he said before he fought Ipo, he switched up on him and KO'd him just like that. And I can't really explain how does it work. It is one of those things where it changes through the circumstance, but it's just, we don't know when if Ricardo Martinez is going to pull out that brawler style. I don't know. I don't know how it happens. I don't know when he does it or when he chooses to use it. But it usually happens somewhere around, he don't think you're a boring challenger anymore, and you could be a legit threat, and then he murders you just like that. You're going to be one of the most cold-blooded fighters I've ever seen. Cause he's just, I don't know if it's just betrayal or just mad hype, but it's just the way he acts, everything else. I'm over here traumatized because it's like I don't know how Sendo can beat this man. I just don't see it, and it's purely because we haven't seen everything that Ricardo Martinez has. He's still got weapons in his arsenal, still. On the cool effect, he got to deal with the corkscrew punches and everything else. And sure, he did. Now, there would be one thing. With the corkscrew punches, he could just call up someone more and get some pointers from him. I give him that. I give him that. Because he does use corkscrew punches like he's Jose Mendoza. Ricardo Martinez does. He just can casually throw out punches like that. So myself, well, when he contact AJ Dante and ask him about it, in my opinion, it's quite simple as this. You remember that whole incident where Ipo was going to fight Ipo was going to fight somebody. I can't remember. He was going. Oh yeah, he was going to fight Hoshi. You remember that whole incident? And AJ Dante was talking all that trash towards him, and he's just like, "You aren't too old to get your face punched in," and there's just an entire fight about to break out. In my opinion, because of that, it's just, if you're gonna go to anybody to learn about corkscrew punches, I'm pretty sure Dante be the last one. It's not like he'd be unwilling to do it. This is a serious ordeal. Ricardo Martinez is a monster. There's no other way to put it. He's an absolute monster. He will go to your home country, beat you in front of your people, and still be held as a champion, just like that. Which is quite sad, really. It's just, you got beat like that in your home country. You should have just, AJ Dante just should have went to Mexico. It would have been easier for him. At least he would have said Ricardo Martinez had home field advantage, because that beating was criminal. That was a crime. He didn't have to beat him like that. But yeah. Now since he does throw out corkscrew punches, Ricardo Martinez, let's say Sendo's able to get past that, right? He's taking punches, alright. He actually chose to use the cross arm guard to get out of the way of some of Martinez punches. And he also used like the forearm guard, which he used against Miata, where he's able to slip through punches and he's bobbing and weaving, and weaving. Let's say he gets in, and Ricardo Martinez is like, alright then, let's turn it into an infight. Can Sendo survive an infight? Sendo got some tough endurance. He does. And somebody say he spent most of his time taking punches. The Gonzalez fight was like what, 5 rounds? 6 rounds? And that's the thing. Another thing. If the fight goes to round 12, Sendo is dead. There's no question about it. There's no what if or but. If it goes to round 12, Sendo is gone. He is not getting up after that. No. Sendo is not making it to round 12. I don't care how much I love Sendo. He is not going past round 12. I am sorry. You look like the Sendo fan who was cheering for Sendo when he was getting his face punched in by Gonzalez. I believed in him until now. It's nothing personal, but it's just one of those things where it's just like, this is a super champion, pound for pound in the entire boxing, pound for pound best, pound for pound best, pound for pound. Which he technically should be undisputed by this point, but it would be too surprising unless they had like a Terminator Illuminator that everybody else was just too chicken to fight him. That would not surprise me at all, but it's one of those things where it's just like, you actually expect people to fight this man. You actually expect people to fight this man and not get their career ended. He has put more people in the caskets and retired their careers more than Mishiba has, and that's how he got the name Grim Reaper. Which is sad, because the only reason he's not given the title of Death God, some people might be like Gonzalez, but no, since he's seen more of a hero than Gonzalez is, the entire country, the super champion, the face of Mexico inside boxing, they see him as a sun god, which the Aztecs still had to sacrifice people to, and they still call him the El Diablo, but it's just, there is no way, there is no normal way. I'm pretty sure Sendo gonna have to have a tune-up fight. Now he might not, but he's gonna have to stop fighting for a while by default, since he broke his hand again against Gonzalez's forehead. He's outright animal. But it's just like, can Sendo beat Ricardo Martinez? I don't know. I can't give you a legit answer. I'm not gonna play this game where I play the favoritism and say Sendo can just beat him just because. No. Well, I don't know what you guys' thoughts are about the Ricardo Martinez versus going against Sendo, because I don't see this turn out well. It's rather Sendo's gonna lose, catching brain damage and prematurely in his career, or he lose and challenge somebody else, or go with Miata and just have like a eliminator to face Ricardo, or just because if it lose, he just sit him out tired after that. It's sure it's just like that will destroy Ipa versus Sendo 3, but it's just like if he lose, there's no point of a rematch against Ricardo Martinez. There is not. Sure, Sendo's a different person, and sure, Sendo, unlike Alfredo Gonzalez, was able to drop Ricardo Martinez. Sure, he was able to obtain and do such a thing. But like I said before, sparring somebody and fighting somebody in the ring is two different things. That was a 3-round bout, and Sendo started coming back at last minute. And then Ricardo Martinez was done, and Sendo was just like, nah, I want more. But in the actual match, 3 minutes, they're gonna have lighter gloves. They can drop the ounces in gloves. Can Sendo still take them punches? Can he still do it? And sure, he did 10 times better than Ipo. We gotta admit that. Right? Sure, Ipo was untrained. He only had like what about 2 fights, 3 into his Japanese championship run. Sure, you can give him that, but it's still you can say that, but it's just I don't think he can do it. I just don't see it happen. I just can't see it. Sendo beating Ricardo Martinez. If it does not, I'm telling you, if it goes 10 rounds, Sendo's done for. He can't take up that type of punishment for like 10 rounds straight. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying Sendo can't do it. I'm not saying Sendo have a 0 chance. I'm just saying it's like a 25% chance he can, and about 75% to 85% chance that he can. I believe that he can defeat Gonzalez. It was possible. Gonzalez showed flaws. Unless in the next chapter Martinez get dropped, which I doubt he will, because not only was he dropped for the first time in sparring, I'm pretty sure he was dropped for the first time in his entire career, if I am correct. What would be a better thing for Sendo, but it's just because the way Bill Stewart tried to explain it, it was a legit knockdown. It's just Ricardo Martinez just like, nah, stop lying. Stop trying to protect my image, right? Whatever happened, it happened. I'm on the ground now. He done it. The saber-toothed tiger from Japan have done it. Another samurai have come to challenge the Aztec god himself, the sun god, the El Diablo. But besides from that, yeah, I don't know your opinions about this video, because I don't believe he can do it. I'm sorry. I just don't. I just don't see it happening. It's not the fact I don't believe that he can. It's just a fact that I don't see how. How is a problem? With Gonzalez, it's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can beat him. But with Martinez, that's a whole different animal altogether. That's if you can call Martinez human. Takamura has pointed out how his skill was, his natural talent for boxing is inhuman. And sure, Sendo does have age. So Sendo's like what, 25, 26? Depending on how old Ipo is, he's 1 year older than Ipo. So he does have youth on his side, but it's just, I don't know, man. Became world champion at 21. It's not like he haven't been in his position for a while. So it's just, I could be wrong about this. Maybe Sendo will pull it through, but I just don't see it happen. I just don't see it. I really don't. I really don't see it, Billy. I just really don't. Now, if he does win, I've already made a video. Check it out. The Sendo versus Ipo undisputed unified championship bout, the ultimate dream match. Because the Sendo does this, alright? As I say before I wrap up the video, Sendo's able to pull it through, alright? Let's just say he's able to do it. He's able to do the impossible. He has defeated the pound for pound best. That would not only boost his image up to superstar status, how would Japan react when Sendo comes back? How would that happen? He has done what AJ Dante could not. Now, if Sendo was able to do that, would it be able to spark Ipo to get back into the ring? No. I don't believe so. No. I think it has something more to do with Miata. The reason why is, unless he get inspired by Ricardo Martinez, the whole Sendo versus Gonzalez fight, even though it made him jealous, it wasn't enough to push him to go all out. It wasn't enough for him to actually get back into the ring. So just, it gotta be something else. Maybe the great Taco Martinez. And remember, you gotta respect that name. You stress him as the great. Yeah, it's been Boom Shockwave King. I would like to know your guys' opinion about, do you believe that Sendo can defeat Ricardo Martinez? Because unlike what, now it's funny, because with the whole Gonzalez thing, I was just like, it wouldn't make any sense for the story if you would never, if Sendo can't beat Gonzalez. But then when it refers to Sendo versus Martinez, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he'd be able to beat him. I don't know. I'll put it like this. To sum up the wrap of the video, if Gonzalez goes into an infighting stance in round 1, Sendo has a chance. Alright, Sendo have a great chance at winning the fight. Then when his chances goes from 25 to 30 to like a good 40. Alright, that's how you would go. But if Martinez for like the first, let's say 6 rounds at max and 4 rounds at minimum, just to go from his hybrid outboxing form, Sendo's done. Just like that. Because he was able to lift Gonzalez off his feet just with his bare hands, but it's just, Martinez is a different animal. I just don't see it happen. It's just, now when I say I don't see it happen, I'm not saying it's impossible to happen. I'm just saying it's just, I don't know how the fight would turn out. I can't visualize this fight inside my brain. I cannot, because there's still some of the unknown factors about Martinez himself. We don't have a full backstory from him. We got some hints, some details, but we haven't had really a few chapters or a few pages of how do we know Ricardo. So it's just, we never know. We never know. So who knows? Who knows? The press conference would be an interesting thing. And only talking more of those tables, but who knows? Maybe Sendo might crack. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know you guys' opinions about this fight, because this is not a game. This is not a joke. This is pound for pound, king of kings. Now the good thing is, before I wrap this up, I don't keep on saying this. Since Sendo is going to rehab, all right, he's not going straight into the Martinez fight right after this. Right, he just, even though they both agreed to it, and it could happen later that year, but Sendo is able to recover some from the Gonzalez. Now, not even some fully, because it like take like what 3-4 months for a hand to completely heal. And depending if Martinez is doing a deal or not, it just might be you get a full training camp. It just not might be. He gave AJ Dante a full chance, but yeah. I'm just saying anything can happen. Anything can happen. How do you guys say? How would you guys think the fight would turn out? Do you believe that Sendo has a chance? Do you think that Sendo can do what Alfredo Gonzalez and so many others and AJ Dante could not? Because he was able to drop actually, come on. Because the thing is, I can't really judge the whole Epo spar because it was 2 different versions of Sendo. When Epo sparred Ricardo Martinez, Sendo was still in rehab, getting healed up from getting his ribs cracked open from the Epo fight. He didn't start fighting. No, he didn't come out of rehab until Hansult Epo Rising. So maybe he might have time, maybe he's not, but who knows? No one knows how to turn out. The new chapter is not out, so I guess he's taking a break lately. He said there'll be a continuation next week, George. What's happening? Maybe it's George, maybe it's the scans, who knows? But there's been no new chapter, and it's very draining, very draining. I can't really do this puzzle until this. Yeah, we're born Shockwave King. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And what do you think? Do you think Sendo can defeat Ricardo Martinez? Do you think he has a chance, or will the Mexican sun god, will the El Diablo of Mexico, known as Martinez, drop Sendo in his career like he did, like Gonzalez did Epo, and just After that, besides from How'd You Know Miata, there would be nothing else to catch up on. So just be boy, Shockwave King, and peace.